Good morning and welcome to a chilly Bellow Field on the campus of Tufts University here in Medford, Massachusetts. Today, the season starts anew. What happened in the regular season, whether or not you won your conference tournament, those things do not matter anymore. It is win or go home. It's live here on JumboCast right now. I'm Ryan, and alongside me for the first of today's two first-round games here on JumboCast between the Bridgewater State Bears and the Tufts Jumbos is Max Ancini. Max, time and time again, we have seen tournament games won by moments of individual brilliance. Who is likely to be the spark for each of these teams and spark out a victory today?
Yeah, for the Tufts Jumbos, I mean, for me, it's maybe the hottest form in all of D3. I'd say it's Daniel Yanez for me. All NESCAC second team just released this week. 2 goals in the NESCAC tournament, with the biggest one coming against Middlebury, previously undefeated, no longer. So for me, I think undoubtedly the sophomore midfielder. And for the Bridgewater State Bears, I think the freshman midfielder, Nicholas Ribeiro, 10 assists on the season. I mean, that's outstanding. He's already tied the season record for the Bridgewater State Bears history with 10 assists on the season. So he's definitely one to look out for if you're the Jumbos. But plenty of talent on both sides. The Bridgewater State Bears just coming off their MASCAC conference tournament win, so they're riding high. And for the Jumbos, obviously disappointing defeat against Amherst, but so much to like from that tournament run.
Yeah, I mean, probably, honestly, the 3 best performances we've seen from the Jumbos all year. Even though they lost that game to Amherst, they were the better team for the vast majority of that game. A couple unlucky bounces could have easily been a win. But, you know, that's the sort of thing that happens in tournaments. You can outplay a team for 90 minutes and walk away losing 1-0.
Yeah, and speaking of outplaying teams, we saw in the NESCAC quarterfinals just 2 weeks ago that performance against Bowdoin, really standout, stellar performance. Did a good job of neutralizing the targets of Tyler Huck and Felipe Duran of Bowdoin. They did a really good job, and while the atmosphere conditions may be different now than it was 2 weeks ago, the playoff conditions, the atmosphere is definitely still here. So I'm excited to get into this one, and NCAAs, we're underway.
We are indeed, as we're going to take a quick break, turn it over to the public address for the starting lineups and the national anthem. We'll be right back with you for the start of the game.
Massachusetts, number 21, Nicholas Ribeiro. And senior forward out of East Bridgewater, Massachusetts, number 23, David Nelson. And first year defender out of Attribution-ShareAlike, Massachusetts, number 27, Tyler Chang. And rounding out the starters for the Bears, a first-year defender out of Arlington, Connecticut, number 29, Ethan Mallett. Bears are assisted by Freddie Beckman and Victor DaCosta, and head coach in his 22nd season at Bridgewater State is Brandon Adams. The Bears of Bridgewater State University. And now the starting lineup for the Jumbos of Tufts University. Massachusetts, number 1, Nick Ontich. A senior defender out of Somerset, New Jersey, number 4, Gibson Campbell. A senior defender out of Kingston, Jamaica, number 5, Max Clovio. A sophomore midfielder out of Short Hills, New Jersey, number 8, Dan
Welcome back here to Bello. Beautiful tribute of the national anthem here on Veterans Day. We here at JumboCast would like to just give a special shout out to those who have served our country. We thank you for your service as we get set here for a showdown. And Max, we were mentioning pregame another of the Bridgewater State Bears, one who arguably should have made first team All-MASCAC but didn't, and that's David Nelson.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. I do not quite know the explanation. David Nelson, 11 goals on the season, third all-time scorer, or second all-time scorer for the Bridgewater State Bears. I mean, he has quite the resume, and to not receive first all-conference team seems a bit surprising, but they still had 3 all-conference players in Filippo Mucci, Nicholas Ribeiro, and William Russell, the senior keeper. So this is definitely some stacked squads. And for the Jumbos, also 3 all-conference players in Max Clivio, first team, and Daniel Yanez and Sean Trainer on the second team. So they're going to be riding high with those individual awards, but this team definitely deserves some praise in general, as there hasn't been a weekly poll updated for the national rankings, but you'd assume they'd be in the top 10. Given their performance against Middlebury and, you know, pretty tough match.
Well, I can guarantee you something. They're in the top 16 because they're the top seeded team in this quadrant or in this quarter.
Absolutely.
And speaking of things with this quarter, there are 4 teams here. These 2, obviously, Tufts and Bridgewater State, and Rochester and Johnson Wales, which we'll see later. The Jumbos look to defend their home turf. They have not lost a first weekend game on Bello Field ever.
Well, that's quite the stat that you definitely want to keep in mind if you're the Jumbos. And this is the first time they're hosting since 2021, and the first NCAA playoff game since that infamous 4-5 match against Conn College, which you were in attendance for. So they're definitely going to have that in mind, and I think they're going to want to, you know, have a better result now against Bridgewater.
Yeah, I've been in attendance for a few of the more memorable Tufts men's soccer playoff games. I think the last one I did was, if I remember correctly, the Stevens 13-round penalty shootout game.
Yeah, so this pitch has been home to some crazy matches, but I think if you're the Jumbos, this is just getting started. You definitely want to have an assured performance, make sure you handle the expectations and live up to them, because I'd say the Jumbos are favorites here, but Bridgewater State are also undefeated in their last 7, so they're riding high, but this will be the biggest test of their season for sure.
Oh, for sure, and I think with that being said, Bridgewater State, they know they're underdogs. They have nothing to lose. They can send everything at the Jumbos, and they don't really have to. The pressure's all on the Jumbos because they're expected to win. Bridgewater State can throw everything they got at the Jumbos, and if something sticks, well, they will have done something they've never done in program history and win an NCAA tournament game. As we are underway here on Bello, playoff soccer once again returns to Medford. Jumbo's immediately going to put the press on. That one will be intercepted with a diving header by Penske. Trainer now tries to play it through for Gherkin. Can he win the foot race? He cannot. That's taken there by Hector Buccio. Played wide here, Gavin Norton. Jumbo's going to set that high press off right away. Trainer gives them a little bit of problems. Gherkin tried to pick the pocket, couldn't. Second ball is going to be won by Gherkin.
Yeah, high press here early on. We saw more of the same against Bowdoin, and it worked really well for them as their attackers and midfielders all pushing up in the attacking half.
Here's Bargagna here on the left wing. Little 1-2 with Feigen. And a nice interception there on the far side. Touchdown by Nelson, but Max Clivio says, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's that first team experience. I think he'll definitely be glad he received the plaudits, as he deserves all the credit. But this Jumbo's defense has been hard to get around in general, as they only conceded 3 goals in the entire NESCAC tournament run, and that one against Amherst was really just kind of a fluke, it must be said.
Yeah, it looked like Maticano's goal from the Sweet 16 a couple years ago. Just almost looked like a pass, as that one skied high. Touchdown nicely there by Mucci. Intercepted by Brady. That'll be a throw for Bridgewater State. Coming to take it will be Gavin Norton. Jumbo's bench already shouting instructions at their forward line.
Yeah, this Bridgewater State team, very local, almost all made up of Massachusetts hometown players, as only 4 of them residing from outside Massachusetts. So it's interesting. They know what this weather's like for sure.
They do. I mean, the Jumbos in theory should as well. It is Bellow Field, and it's never warm on Bellow,
especially this time of year.
Good step there by Penske, but it will be another throw for the Bears. Norton between the lines there. Tyler Chang fighting against Trainer. Now Buccio between the lines. Penske just reads it, and that'll be a foul.
Yeah, we were listening into the referees in the captain's meeting before. They made it clear that they want this game to play on. They want this to be the best game possible, and even though there might be some disagreements on foul calls, I think the ref's gonna let this one play out.
As they should. I mean, this isn't like a preseason friendly. This is the NCAA tournament. If it's not malicious in intent, you kind of want to let it play.
Yeah, we did see 3 yellow cards for the Jumbos against Bowdoin, and this Bridgewater State team definitely no strangers to yellows as well.
So you saw that stat too then, Max. The 45 on the year.
Yeah, that's quite the number. I think David Nelson leads the team with 6 yellows, so he can get in the goals, but also in the yellows as he's attacking now.
Gets around 2 into the box. Nelson looked to have a shot. Ball bouncing through, bouncing around, and going to be a corner kick. Couldn't quite see what happened exactly, but chaos at the back.
Yeah, it seemed to be off the post there, or shot deflected out for a corner now. Yeah, our linesman was in the way of our view, but kind of shocking that Nick Antich had to scramble, and Jumbos might have gotten away with one just now.
Bench yelling at them to wake up. Corner here. Little dummy play. Laid off back. Murillo towards the back post. Headed away by Yanez. And an ambitious volley goes flying into the field hockey field.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Jumbos, the worst thing you could possibly happen is an early goal, because then you're asleep, and then you have to really attack. You have to bring the game to them, to the Bears, that is, rather than establish your own tempo. So I think the Jumbos need to be a bit aware, especially in these early doors.
Good switch of the field there from Clivio. Touchdown nicely by Gibson Campbell, who has space. Chang out to press him. Little 1-2 there with Gherkin. Now Trainer on it. Double comes. Trainer cuts in. Around 2. Still running Trainer. And is able to swing it to Yanez. But a nice slide tackle in the midfield there by Chang. Through ball nicely played there by Ribeiro. But Wilson just couldn't get the second ball. Little, oh my
Maradona.
word, from Clivio. And Maradona wide to Feigen. Jumbos have numbers. Feigen lost the touch. Now dancing around 2 to Gherkin. Doesn't really have anyone, so he'll just drop it back off to Campbell, and the Jumbos can set up the offense. Cross blocked there by Chang. Campbell gets tripped up. That's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, that was quite the display of skill from Max Clivio. Who knew he had that in his locker, but...
And already, is there going to be a card? Ref asked for play, or the time to stop, having a conversation with Filippo Mucci, and I think he's telling him to back off when it's not your free kick.
Yeah, maybe a bit upset at that foul call, as Gibson Campbell might have already lost control of the ball, but I think it's a fair call. Now Yanez will look to stand over it. You know, he can shoot from distance, but
he can.
This will
but
be
they're lining up at the edge of the 18. In swinger, flicked on, bounces at the top of the box, header not away, and then just booted away there by Wilson. All the way back to the Jumbo's end, and they'll reset with Liam Gherkin, who pings it to Campbell. Jumbo's content to possess out the back. Bargagna getting up here. Has runners inside. Tried to play to Feigen, cut out there. Another nice play by Jacob Ramos.
Yeah, these are the exact same lineups from each of their respective conference final matches, so coaches definitely have the players they trust.
Ooh, nice move there by Campbell. Gets around 2. Splits it wide here to Trainer. Trainer at the byline. Cuts byline. Whips it across. Out. That's going to be a corner.
Good attacking play there from Trainer. We mentioned all NESCAC second team, and it's definitely tough to be an attacker and be recognized for your achievements in the NESCAC. We have so much attacking talent.
Short corner. Giannis cuts in. Has a hit blocked with his body by Ribeiro there. Huge play by Nicholas Ribeiro.
Yeah, Ribeiro, only 5'4", but that does not stop him, as he does have 10 assists on the season. Was the all NESCAC Rookie of the Year, so he's had quite the impressive showing so far. And for the NESCAC, they have quite the stellar class of seniors and freshmen all around, all are earning individual honors.
Nice touch there by Gherkin. Tried to play Brady, couldn't find him. That one just hangs in the Bella breeze, and an easy call there on Ben Penske. When you do a crowbar to the back, it's going to get called every time.
Yeah, I think he realized that after the fact that might have been a bit too much, but no arguments there.
Free kick taken quickly.
The cold is blowing.
It is cold out here. Cut by Norton. Tried to play a through ball, but it goes all the way back to Penske. Now Clivio on it. He's going to look to send it. Trainer might have drifted. Flag's going to stay down. Trainer cuts inside. Head up. Tried to play a through ball. Couldn't. Ball pops free to Yanez. Has Bargania through. Didn't get the angle, so he'll just drop it back off. And the Jumbos will repossess, pinning the Bears in here. Feigen cut that out with his chest. Probably didn't need to, as it would have gone through to Campbell. Yanez now drops between the lines. Through ball here for Feigen. Slide tackle once again taken there by Ramos.
Yeah, it's the second or third time Ramos has stopped the threat on that far side. So
nicely done by Nelson. Ribeiro tried to play a through ball, cut out by Campbell. Giveaway, and alert to it was Max Clivio.
That could have been bad there. The giveaway is the last thing you want there, to give an easy one-on-one, but handled by Antic, who we think should have deserved maybe some all NESCAC honors for as well, but didn't happen to be. He's had quite the first season here at Tufts.
Campbell going to press high on Norton. Now there's a gap. No one communicates over to cover, and now here come the Bears, but that one's hit straight at Antic.
Yeah, it's a harmless cross in the end, just a dribbler into the hands of Antic. I mean, the Jumbos have definitely established themselves a bit more here in the first 10 minutes, but I mean, the Bridgewater State Bears always alert. I think they're going to be playing on the counter, looking for those mistakes that could be costly.
I mean, there almost was one there. Campbell cut in, tried to intercept the ball. No one slid over.
Yeah, you need to have someone dropping back in place. I think if Campbell's moving up, Gherkin maybe has to drop back as well, because you don't really want to have open space on the wings. We know they have some strong attacking players on the wing.
Brady with the press. And
Good
Giannis
tackle.
comes, picks the pocket. Feigen now. Gherkin. Wide to Trainer. Might think about a hit here. Couldn't control it cleanly.
I think he was definitely thinking to have a hit, but his first touch kind of let him down as it popped a bit away from him. But Campbell now.
Campbell crosses it in, headed away. Now Ribeiro can turn and go. Penske over. And that's going to be, they say he got the ball. Ooh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, Penske did not seem to be a little flat-footed there. Caught Ribeiro, but refs plays on.
Feigen dances around Ramos. Yanez now gets around one and a second. Through ball to Feigen. Flag stays down, now goes up. And the Bears are lucky because that easily could have been 1-0.
Yeah, Yanez doing a good job to get around his man, find the through ball in between the lines, but did seem to be a bit past the last defender, and another offside call, but some time to reset.
Russell will take the goal kick here. Just get some carry from the breeze. Feinberg will send it right back. Yanez on it in the midfield. Tried to do the same Maradona Clivio did. Couldn't, and then Ribeiro turned on him. Busio swings it wide here for Norton. Gets around Brady. Tries to play a through ball, but no one made a run, and Feinberg will collect. Clivio going to pick his head up, look to send another long ball. Gets all the way to Trainer. Nice chest by Trainer, drops the shoulder on Norton. Gets to the byline, Trainer. Whips it across off the edge of the post, and a goal kick.
Really well done there by Trainer, using his chest to get around Norton. I think Norton wasn't expecting that touch to be so well set up, and he's done that a couple times with that touch. Drives into the box. That seemed to be a shot there on the near post, trying to catch Russell off guard, but does sail off target in the end.
Justin Silva between the lines, and dangerous play there by Mallet, but he gets it back to Ramos. Now comes the Jumbos press again. Silva tried to play a long ball, cut out there by Campbell. Now Trainer's on it again. Chang got a step, but that's going to be a Jumbo's throw.
Yeah, Mallet, Chang, Ribeiro, and Busio, all freshmen, so impressive for them to have 4 first-year starters, and for the Jumbos, not quite the same, but...
Yeah, and Mateo Baragna, who is the Jumbo's long thrower, going to come over here as the Jumbos look to run this almost like a set play. Clivio at the near post.
Lots of bodies.
He's going to go up for it. Brady tries to get a flick. Still around. Bounces around, and that's in the back of the net. Goal, Jumbos! Put in by, I believe, Taylor Feinberg. Jumbos take the lead off a crazy bounce.
And it's 1-0 for the Jumbos. How about that? I couldn't even see what happened, but that ball popped up in the air and just found its way right in front of the net. Easy as you like. And the Jumbos, they'll take that any day of the week, as now they get that goal. They have the control. And well done there by the Jumbos, just taking advantage.
Yeah, what looked to happen is Clivio went up for the first ball. It popped straight up in the air. Rather than letting Bradley get it comfortably, it was Mikey Brady who went up, fought for that second ball, got his head to it first, and then there was no one back on the goal line as the Jumbos forced it across.
Yeah, Russell just didn't seem to communicate enough with his defenders, and the Jumbos take that. 1-0, that's exactly what you want if you're Kyle Desautels, and if you're the Jumbos, now you just got to keep it going, keep the pressure going. We will get confirmation on who scored that.
It is Feinberg's goal.
Yeah, maybe not the most spectacular goal for an NCAA match, but they all count the same.
Chested down here by Norton. He's going to get hounded by Trainer. Ramos now. Barris kind of just looking for some sort of trigger to change the momentum right now. Mallet turns back, and the Jumbos high press looks set to go again. Silva between the lines. Yana's now going to press. Little bit of footwork there on the far side by Garcia, but he couldn't keep it in.
Yeah, this is the first ever matchup between the Jumbos and the Bridgewater State Bears. So new ground for both sides. We know the women's team played against Bridgewater State in their regular season, which they won 4-0. So it's looking to be a similar scoreline if the Jumbos keep this up.
Ribeiro, loose touch. That one sent down. Clivio trying to win the race, kept in nicely there by Garcia.
Yeah, good hustle there from Garcia, but no one in the box there. It seems to be David Nelson playing as the sole number 9, so he doesn't seem to have much help there in the box. And as we said, they're going to be trying to play on the counter, which is already hard to come by with Taylor Feinberg and Max Clivio in the back line.
Yeah, this Jumbo's defense is very, very good. Ontic, with a clean sheet today, would tie for 4th all-time in a single season with 10 clean sheets.
Yeah, another reason why we might think he deserved all NESCAC, but that's even more motivation to do well in this tournament and keep up his good form.
Flicked on there by Brady, but there was no run from Feigen. Loose touch by Ramos. Feigen picks his pocket. He could be in. Ethan Feigen into the box. Save by Russell.
Is the attack still on, though?
It is. Yanez somehow got to the ground, won the ball,
Still
and
fighting.
the second one, and that's why he's all NESCAC.
It's good hustle there, making sure the play's never over.
Back to control here is Mucci.
Yeah, and it was really well done by Feigen, just pressuring Ramos on the far side. Seemed to have a little poke at it at that shot. Maybe not the cleanest, but good pressure there. We saw he had the assist to Daniel Yanez after a mistake from Bowden in that NESCAC quarterfinals. So he definitely knows how to hound the defense and make chances happen.
And that's a foul on Yanez, who clipped the heels of Mucci.
Seems to bring that one up a bit too far.
He took about 5 yards there. Quickly taken by the Bears. That one wide there from Chang. And back to Silva now. Jumbo's almost playing with the front four right now.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be more of a 4-2-4 maybe perhaps than the normal 4-3-3, but it's Tyler Chang now.
Chang tries to get around two Jumbos, gets it back to Norton. Tried to switch it, flicked on by Yanez, but it'll find Ribeiro. Feigen back defensively to help clean up.
Yeah, you can see the Bridgewater State Bears don't really want to press, don't really want to create problems.
The problem is Max Clivio can do that.
Yeah, he knows how to ping one to his attackers, which he does so well. And now you can see Jumbo's really starting to have control of the midfield now.
Clivio on it. Between the lines, flicked on by Brady. Gherkin, wide here to Bargania. He's going to play it down the line looking for the run of Brady, but overhit.
Yeah, good idea there. Trying to look for Brady, but it seemed like Ramos had that covered, and I think that's just what the Jumbos have done better so far. They're always fighting for it. They're always looking to hustle, and for the Bears, that early goal seemed to have knocked the wind out of their sails, so they're definitely going to have an uphill battle from here, but you can see Ethan Feige just running for it. I think that's really the difference maker.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, this is a MASCAC team. The NESCAC teams are used to every team pressing them, and the MASCAC teams aren't used to a team like the Jumbos pressing them like this. As Yanez whips that one across. Chang gets a head to it. Looked like it might have hit a hand.
Yeah.
A little bit of a fight in that corner, and that'll go out for a throw, I believe.
Yeah, throw on the near side. Yeah, and as you were saying, the MASCAC and NESCAC are two completely different conferences. Jumbos are 7-2 all time against MASCAC opponents, having played Salem State earlier this season and for the past few seasons as well. Ooh, that's a fair call.
It's a good call. Campbell was grabbing him. Yeah, Salem State, the only mutual opponent between these two teams. Jumbos with a 4-0 win, 2-1 win for Bridgewater State when they played.
Yeah, and for the Jumbos, they're scored 13 compared to Salem State's 2 in the last 3 seasons, so they definitely know how to get goals on the board against MASCAC opponents. So this might be more of the same, but then again, this never has happened in the NCAAs, so maybe a different game.
Yeah, I gotta just point out the juxtaposition on that recent play with that through ball when Ribeiro, who's 5'4", were trying to win a ball in the air against the 6'5" Clivio.
Yeah, definitely a tough battle, and I think the Bears recognize themselves that this is the biggest test. So
Crossed in, touchdown nicely, but a little bit of a loose touch there. Now Chang on it. He's gonna look to put one in. Will whip it wide. Great touch. Whipped across, shot off the top of the bar. And it was just nearly 1-1.
yeah, he took that ball really well into stride.
Now Gherkin with a run, has people ahead of him.
5 chasing him.
Whipped wide to Trainer. Trainer cuts onto his right. Sean Trainer to the byline. Shot saved. What a save by Russell. That one was a shot blocked, went back off Trainer's foot, and Russell somehow got the redirect.
What a series of events just now. I mean, from one end, he thought it was an equalizer. Then on the other end, it could have been 2-0. So this has been intense, and what a start we have here on Bello. I mean, scary times. It looked like at first, but well done by Trainer, just by Gherkin to carry that.
This one in, bouncing around, comes back to Yanez. Drops the defender, stands one up. Away, but only as far as Penske. That's a loose touch, but he can't get around Penske. Nelson now. Plays it back to Russell. Brady going to pressure him. He'll get it wide to Ramos. And the Bears will look to clear. It's Garcia on that far side. Between the lines, nice touch there by Mallet. Tyler Chang now. Under hit that one to Norton. Jumbo's force it back. Ramos. Whipped wide here for Garcia. He can look to put a ball in. Cuts in onto his left foot. Switches field nicely. Wide to Norton. Trainer out to collect. Cuts inside around Trainer. Tried to stand a ball up. Campbell read it. Chested down. A hit from distance. Caught comfortably there by Ontich on the hit from Mallet.
Yeah, I think Mallet saw the headlines. I think he had a bit of space to work with there, but couldn't get a clean hit as that one kind of sliced off the outside of his boot. So good idea, but didn't manage to test Ontich that much.
That one pops. Giannis trying to fight for it and able to get to it. Giannis keeps it in here on the right sideline. Ooh, they're going to say it just drifted out. Giannis unhappy.
Yeah, I mean, he was hustling for that. Has had a lot of running to do so far, so definitely one of the biggest workhorses out this Jumbo side.
Feigen going to come out. Mason Schultz going to come in. First subs for the Jumbos, and in for the Bears will be Dominic Borden replacing Norton.
Yeah, Dominic Borden also one of the better attacking threats for the Bridgewater State Bears.
Giveaway. Trainer now has a guy in front. Great slide tackle there by Silva.
Very clean. Got all ball there.
He had Schultz wide open in the middle of the box. If Silva doesn't make that tackle, it's 2-0. Bargania. Wide here to Schultz, his first touch. Cuts around one, back to Bargania. Whipped in. Just too high for Brady, who had found space in the box.
Yeah, good idea there. Brady just seemed to have to take a few steps back. Couldn't get a touch on it, but just all that needed was a touch, and that probably was going to be 2-0. Good ideas continuing to come for the Jumbos, but still only 1-0.
Russell still. Bears just kind of playing a little bit of keep away in their own penalty box. Jumbos kind of have them pinned in here.
Yeah, that just seems to be a waiting game.
As I believe David Nelson is the only Bear who has been on the Jumbos side in about the last 3 minutes. 50-50, won by the 5'4" Ribeiro. That one tried to swing wide. Schultz cut it out. Oscar Tani Das set to check into the next whistle. Through ball. Trainer couldn't corral it. Buccio couldn't keep it in. And that'll go out for a Jumbo's throw. As Zach Abomadou tried to grab it so the Jumbos could take it quickly. Ended up punching it over the dugout. Oscar Tani Das with his first touch. Oscar Tani Das is going to drop into that holding midfield role that Penske was playing.
Yeah, we're getting subs announced on the PA now. That's new to me.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, well, that helps, I guess, clear who is checking in.
Makes our life easier.
Yeah.
Feinberg to Oscar Tani Das. Hit the referee, and that's going to play on. Good advantage play. Through ball wide. Can Trainer keep it in? He can. Stood up. Just couldn't find anyone in the box. That one goes about 100 feet in the air.
Still in the box.
Headed back. No one there. And it'll pop free to Borden. Giannis with a perfect slide tackle and a Jumbo's throw.
What a win there.
And Danny Giannis then hypes up the bench.
Deservedly so.
Yes, sir. And then a good step there. Cutting in by Mucci. Gherkin. Around one. Couldn't get around Chang, excuse me. Ribeiro now. Tries to open up. Oscar Tani Das forces him back. Ramos now. Got Schultz turned. Jumbos can counter here.
Now Ramos out of position.
but they instead will slow it down and repossess.
Yeah, going back to that bounce off the ref, normally that would be a drop ball as soon as that collides with the ref, but as it was retained Jumbo's possession, they did continue with the play. Bridgewater State staff not really happy with that, but I think it's the right call.
Schultz, head up, wide to Gherkin. Can
Got
think about a
space.
shot. Faked it, pushed it wide to Trainer. Has Campbell inside of him. Now the overlap. Trainer to the byline again. Whips it across again, and we'll do a corner again.
Yeah, more of the same. I think that's worked really well for Trainer so far, and why not continue with it?
And I think that might be, it's going to be a substitution. Woovin Shin, will he go take it? Unclear as he'll come in for Gherkin. Looks like Yanez will still take.
Yeah, the Bears really don't seem to have a response for Trainer. Those quick runs inside. We've seen one go off Russell, one, and 2 corners now resulting from that play.
Yanez to take. Ashkatani Das comes near post. Whipped in. Headed away. Trainer controls. Left for Yanez. Cuts around Ribeiro. Touched in there. Bouncing around. Cleared away. And that one will get cleared, but only as far as Mateo Bargania. Schultz. Picks his head up. Plays between the lines. Ashkatani Das gave it away.
Yeah, that was poked through there, but
Chang
nobody
now
there.
if the Bears can look to counter. Pushed wide here to Borden. Campbell with the
Good
intercept. Yanez. Beautifully played down the line to Campbell. Jumbos can go.
He's got the room to work with.
He does. He has an overlapping run in Trainer. Finds him. Trainer pushed a little wide. Whips that one in. Oh, just over the bar from Brady.
Really good connecting passes there for Campbell. Yeah, that ball seemed to be a bit too far for Trainer. He had to wrap his foot around, but did so really well. Onto the head of Brady, just couldn't direct that on frame, but good effort there. We saw that nice link up between Yanez and Campbell as well.
That was great play on the sideline here.
Yeah, they really seem to have a good understanding of how each other play. I think that's the crucial part of the Jumbo success so far, having already had a year of experience with each other.
David Nelson dropping all the way back to collect.
Wow. I think he just wants some touches on the ball, maybe.
I mean, yeah. It's been, what, like 10 minutes since he touched the ball?
Ooh, that could have been bad, though.
Ramos almost put it out of play.
Oh,
Giveaway. Trainer nearly got to it. Silva able to save it. Buccio tries to send that long. Hangs in the air. 50-50.
Another one.
A lot of contact. A plus 3 to Campbell. No call. Campbell. Try to get through 2. Not going to happen. Dorton comes away with it. Ashkatani Das hammering on the back of Mucci. Advantage played. Now they'll bring it back.
Yeah, it seemed to be a bit of a shirt pull as well as he was pressuring the Bridgewater midfielder. Ref making sure that the ball is taken at the spot of the foul.
Played back here to Silva. He'll whip it wide to Ramos. Randolph set to check in at the next whistle for the Jumbos. For the Bears, it'll be Carson Bolos coming in here. Trainer going to come out for the Jumbos. He's been really good so far, Max.
Yeah, I really liked what he's shown us. Could have had maybe a goal or two, but great work so far. And even very encouraging signs there if you're the Jumbos. As some fresh legs will check in, but I'm sure he'll be back in the game soon enough.
Ribeiro checks out for the Bears, replaced by Stoltz. Between the lines, Mucci tried to play it. Oscar Tanias got the ball. That one stood up there.
No one there waiting
No
for it.
runner whatsoever on that ball from Mallet.
Yeah, Arcazani Das doing a good job of kind of hounding the Bridgewater midfielders as well as playing in that number 6 role.
Ontich on it. Try to play it wide. That's coming right towards us and out of play. Ooh, looked like it hit something. I don't know what.
Hope that doesn't harm any technical setup, but bit of a stray wayward pass from Ontich, but Nelson on the throw.
Nelson is theoretically supposed to be their 9. He's here on the left sideline taking a throw.
Yeah, 11 goals on the season. I definitely...
As that one's coming right towards you, Max.
Ooh. All right. We're involved in the game now, I guess. But
Is it dodgeball time?
I don't know. I didn't expect us to have a role to play, but our setup's all good. And now
Giannis picks it
moving.
away. Has 2 behind him chasing him. Cuts on a dime. Comes up with a 9-cent change to play to Campbell. Wide. Cut out by Nelson, but that'll be a Jumbo's throw.
Yeah, it's interesting Nelson dropping back so much. They kind of have no one playing in that number 9 as well.
Feinberg to Randolph. Campbell now. Feinberg. Giannis. Nice deception there to win that ball.
Yeah, it might have been a formational change by Coach Brendan Adams in his 22nd year in charge of the Bears. He was the mascot coach of the year, so definitely has some say and has worked for him so far this season.
Yeah, he's taken them to 4 NCAA tournaments. Well, this is the 5th now in his time as their coach. Down the line to Randolph. Whipped across. Headed away. Touch there by Schultz. Whipped across. And away. Just booted out. Clivio will control.
Yeah, with Nelson dropping back, there's no one there to pressure the defenders, save for Dominic Borden.
Campbell cuts inside. Swings it wide. Good idea looking for Randolph. Just overhit.
Yeah, Randolph did seem to have some space to work with, but didn't quite get that through ball. As Henry Perkins now coming in for Mikey Brady. So sophomore attacker now ready for his first minutes. He did score against Bowdoin in that NESCAC quarterfinal, so definitely has some playoff experience.
Yeah, he scored about 30 seconds after coming in.
So maybe he's hoping to replicate that performance. But some great attacking talent all around off the bench.
Perkins gonna press. That one cut out there by Oshkar Tanidas. Nice step. Clivio gonna open it up. It'll get swung wide. Jumbo seem to like going down this right side right now.
Yeah, it's definitely been working for them. Saw Trainer make use of that. I think Luke Randolph's going to try to do the same, playing as a right winger almost.
Here he is, cuts inside. Oh, had a through ball, instead played middle. Dumped off for Yanez. Jumbos have numbers in front. Randolph faces up. Tried to play it to Perkins, cut out. Oshkar Tanidas with a nice step and a second. And comes away with the ball somehow.
And that's what he's done so well so far the first year. And that's why Desertel trusts him so much. Usually the first name off the bench. Always hustling, always winning those balls in the midfield.
Yanez picks his head up.
Looked like he wanted that.
Nice 1-2 idea there by Randolph. Just a little too much on it.
Yeah, I think Giannis wanted that shot from distance, but
it's the same spot where he scored in that Salem State game against a MASCAC school last year. But not going to take it in a playoff game.
Oh, well done by Campbell there, just catching Mucci sleeping.
Perkins now. Cuts on towards the baseline. Back across. Campbell gets to the ball, gets taken down. Ref says ball. And a 50-50 call goes to the Bears.
Yeah, I guess in the eyes of the ref, he was already kind of going to ground, but Jumbo's doing a really good job of winning that second ball, being alert to it, as the Bears just always seem to be a bit too complacent. Campbell not happy with the ref's
Campbell getting
decision.
told off by Desertel to stop having a conversation with the fourth ref wisely, as what you don't want is players getting cards.
Especially this early on. Still in the first half, a bit more than 10 minutes to go now.
Jumbo's bench still upset about the call. They are sure that it's a penalty. Schultz now. Tried a through ball, and it got nearly to the feet of Wu Vin Shin. Instead, it pops free. Chang will play it back. Buccio going to try and play that one long. 2 problems with that. 1, the Jumbos have 4 guys back. 2, you don't have any runners. But then a giveaway by Feinberg. And a foul there from Feinberg on Mucci. As that is a very, very important foul to win by Mucci. Just allows them to relieve some pressure.
I think it's also a smart foul from Feinberg. You know, he was caught out of position, so being able to stop the play, prevent any counters is what you want. Not a yellow card worthy foul at all, so smart play there, but Jumbos have to be alert for any second balls on this ensuing free kick.
Buccio to take. Wind is in his favor. No one guarding short, and they play it short. That one whipped in now from Nelson. Good ball, caught by Ontic, who gets taken out. That should be a card.
Dangerous play there. Ontic seems to be all right, but had a full command of that one. It's now the wind really starting to pick up.
They don't call it the Bellow Breeze for nothing.
It is home though, so I think the Jumbos love it. Attacking play now. Moving shin on it.
Ooh, that would have been nice from Schultz.
Little spin move there. Could have had it, but yeah, Jumbos continuing the attacking output. Bridgewater State going to respond with 2 subs of their own, that being Will Halbin and Ryan Healy out of Cork, Ireland.
Feinberg. Jumbo's going to make a substitution of their own. Ben Werner set to check in. Giannis to Clivio, who is basically playing as a holding midfielder at this point. And another Jumbo's throw. Ben Werner set to check in. And now, Max, with the weather being the way it is, it just being so cold, you very much can see why they decided to move these games up, because Rochester and Johnson and Wales would be in for a world of hurt if they were playing their game at 3:30 rather than 1:30.
Yeah, and it also would be in the dark, as it's that time of year. Lights would have to go on. Would definitely be a different atmosphere, but I'm glad we can get this one at least somewhat done earlier in the day, as we do have another first-round match set to play after this match concludes at 1:30.
Campbell.
Yeah, and obviously the winner of that match will play the winner of this match here. And for the Jumbos, for the Bridgewater State Bears, they did play Johnson Wales as their season opener, which ended in a draw. So they do have some experience with the teams on the other side of this
Clivio overhit that one, looking for Ben Werner. That'll be a goal kick.
Around 7 minutes to go now in the first half. Jumbos will definitely be looking for a second heading into halftime. I think that would definitely establish their control over this match.
That one hangs in the wind. A lot of contact, and that's going to be a Jumbo's free kick as a shove in the back there from Ryan Healy on Shin.
Yeah, despite the shove on the back, Shin did manage to win that ball still. But I think good job from the ref so far, making those calls in the midfield for the 50-50s. We've seen quite a few shoves in the back, to be honest.
Great ball by Oshkar Tani Das. Just a missed touch there by Werner, who couldn't control it. It'll be a throw. Yeah, if he had gotten that down, Jumbos would have been in. Yeah,
Jumbos really seem to be a lot of pockets of space there on the right corner. We saw Randolph playing in there, Trainer as well. Now Werner looking to take advantage.
Turn there, and that's going to go out of play for a Jumbo's throw.
Campbell making sure that he wasn't tugging on the shirt of Healy, making sure he's playing clean as possible.
Here is Campbell. Laid off for Oshkar Tani Das, went all the way wide to Bargania. He'll now cut inside. Around 1, around 2, wide. Ball stood up towards the back post. Werner heads it back, and in the back of the net, Henry Perkins gets another!
And that's who we were mentioning before. Another playoff goal for Henry Perkins, making it 2-0. How about that? Tufts bench swarming on the right corner. They're delighted. The Jumbo fans are delighted. And that's 2-0 for the Bridgewater State Bears. That's 2 down. That's a devastating blow. But well done, taking advantage of the confusion in the box and just tucking it away.
Yeah, Henry Perkins gets credit for the goal, but that goal was created by 2 people. It's Mateo Bargania cutting through and then putting that beautiful ball in the back post. And it's Ben Werner with that header, putting a spot where the defenders for Bridgewater State had 2 choices, either foul Henry Perkins or let him score. In the end, they chose both, and he put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, we were talking so much about that right-hand side. It really seems to be a weakness for the Bears. Just too much space to work with, winning that 50-50, making it easy enough for Henry Perkins to get yet another playoff goal. And
Max, you're like the reverse Jake Flossie. When he says things, it's a jinx. When you say it, they just happen.
Well, I'm glad I could help out. And yeah, that's great job so far for the Jumbos. This is exactly where you want to be, and exactly what I'll say. If 2-0 is what you want heading into halftime, and that's what they've got.
Xavier Campion is set to check in at the next whistle for the Jumbos. He had a handball there in the midfield from Bolos. Free kick taken, looking for Werner by Clivio, but it hangs in the wind. That'll be a Jumbo's throw. Canfin going to check in here for Daniel Yanez, who is the last of the front six to finally come out and get some rest with only 5 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, I think Coach Desito very happy with his attackers so far, and they all deserve some break, but will most certainly come in, or maybe they won't for the second half, but Jumbo's very happy with their second string.
And it looks as if Nelson's going to get a talking to there. He's getting frustrated. Ooh. And the Jumbos try to play it quickly, but the ref had blown the play dead to have a conversation with Nelson.
Clock stopped as well, 4:30 to go.
Yeah, Nelson over it in a dangerous spot. Played short here. Shot, or stand it up towards the back post. Bargania across, just wide.
Offside.
He would have been offside anyway.
Wow, yeah, that was taken quickly. I think we were expecting a shot from Randolph. We've now switched over to the left wing with the introduction of Werner on the right. But well done there. Acrobatic attempt from Bargania. That would have made the highlight reel.
Oh, yeah.
But good effort. I think good setup play as well.
As Desitel having his head there is Ryan Healy. We hope he's okay. He looks like he's getting up. No worse for the wear, but it will be a free kick.
Yeah, another 50-50. It's been a tough battle in the midfield for both sides, I'd say. But it seems to be good enough to walk it off.
That one hits.
For the Bridgewater State Bears, they've played NESCAC opponents twice in their first round, both coming against Amherst, which they lost 1-0 in 2018 and 3-0 in 2013. So, fortunately for them, this is nothing new, but still have another half to work with, maybe.
Well, they definitely do.
Yeah, another half to maybe get something, but for the Jumbos, they're going to definitely not hold off or let up.
No, and Max, it's interesting. We can now say we don't have to worry about the streak anymore. The streak we've been talking about for so long, where once they give up a goal, they don't score because Yanez broke that in the Middlebury game. Mark Wynn set to check in at the next whistle. Beautiful ball there by Woo Vin Shin down the line looking for Werner. Werner whips it across. Perkins couldn't get to it first as it was cleared away there by Silva. Campbell wins the 50-50. Second one. He was on that title-winning team, and he knows what it takes to win a title.
Yeah, and he's definitely going to want to make the most of this last NCAA run, get another title in his resume.
Here is Canfin. He's a freshman. He's not played in an NCAA tournament game until about 2 minutes ago.
And he'll be wanting to make the most of his minutes as well. We have under 2 minutes now in the first half.
Schultz to Will Halbin. Great play defensively, but they're going to call a foul there. And good sportsmanship there by Perkins, picking up Matthew Garcia.
You were saying before, quite the turnout for the Bridgewater State Bears away support. The Jumbos have...
Jumbo students generally seems like they have trouble getting out of bed early on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, you can't really blame them, especially in this cold, but...
Nah. And I mean, they do have the option, as I'm sure a lot of them are doing, and just sitting in their dorm rooms and watching it on JumboCast.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, I guess. We'll take the pain of the cold.
Final minute, first half. Werner's in, loose touch, and that is just conceded for a corner. Out for a throw. Bargania over to take. Randolph out, Mark Wynn in. 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, David Nelson still playing really far back, as I think he's kind of given up on the attacking output in this match.
Bargania's throw towards the near post. Bounces around in the box. Shin got in, got a touch, got a shot just wide.
Great effort there from Shin, winning that and creating that opportunity for himself. I think he couldn't hook the ball well enough to get that on target, as that one sailed just past the right.
As we go to the break, Jumbos take a 2-0 lead over the Bears. Max, you got to think that's probably a fair scoreline for what we've seen in this first half.
Yeah, I think we were all kind of expecting the Jumbos to get started early, and they definitely delivered on that expectation. And for the Bridgewater State Bears, they'll be disappointed. They couldn't take advantage of those early chances they had. Could have completely changed the direction.
Very entertaining first half. We'll be back in a dozen minutes with the second half. Stay tuned. Welcome back here to Bellow Field on the campus of Tufts University. 2-0 as we get started for the second half. Max, obviously two very different mentalities for these teams at this point, because if you're the Bears of Bridgewater State, you're looking for a goal, something to get you back in this game. If you're the Jumbos, you're really looking for a third, because if you get to a third, you can think about starting to maybe rest some players for tomorrow. And I guess if you're Bridgewater State, what can you do to get yourself a goal, get yourself back in this game?
Yeah, I think the obvious answer is just get David Nelson up farther. I think he's decided to kind of play back, kind of prevent the damage, but they have to start some damage of their own. So I'd say that's their probably number one priority. Maybe get Filippo Mucci in as well, but I think that's just the biggest change they have to make. And if you're the Jumbos, just keep at it. We're seeing a bit more of the starting lineup starting to come in. We have trainer Giannis and
I think it is the starting lineup with the exception of Perkins in for Brady.
Yeah, we see Gherkin, see Feigen. So, yeah, Jumbo's looking to keep up the pressure and maybe exploit more of that right-hand side, which we've seen already so far.
Yeah, the right-hand side, which will be the far sideline in this half. Ontich. That might be, his third touch of the day?
Yeah, he hasn't had much. He had to collect that one ball. That seemed like a bad foul, but he's been doing well so far. I think he'll be happy.
Through ball on that side. Trainer tried to get to the byline, left it for Campbell.
Wins it.
And I think that's going to be a throw-in for the Bears.
Yeah, Ontich might be a bit cold, not having much to do, but I think that's better than having to be all over the place.
Great header there by Penske. Perkins will now chase. Silva gets it out, but not completely. Giannis wins the headed ball. Gherkin gets it back to him. Swung wide to Campbell. Down the line to Gherkin. He ran the channel, forced out for a throw. Bargana's going to go all the way across the take. Jumbo's going to do this. They love doing this.
Yeah, this is kind of their go-to set play. Bargana with the long throw, getting bodies in the box, including Max Clivio. Tallest man on the pitch, I'm sure.
That one comes in. Feinberg tried to flick it on, couldn't. Ball bouncing around. Feigen still on it. Pops free and collected. Shot now wide. Good idea there from Gherkin.
Yeah, Gherkin looking to curl that one, but didn't have enough on it. But good job by Feigen trying to create something in the box, but ultimately a bit too many bodies in time for the Bridgewater State Bears. As Feigen now working
and
for
he picks
chance.
the pocket, lays it off. Perkins again, just wide.
What a win there. As I was talking about Feigen and his pressure, wins it immediately, sets up a lovely little rollback for Perkins. That he could have made that a brace.
That should have been 3-0.
Yeah, I think he'll want that one back. Frustrated. Easy one-on-one with the keeper, just past the right post. But if you're the Bears, that's the last thing you want again. Just like easy mistakes, easy giveaways.
That's how the first goal came to be. It's kind of how the second goal came to be too.
Yeah, the pressure of the situation of the NCAA tournament might be settling in. But the Jumbos, with their experience, with their 4 national championship titles, I think this is just their beginning.
Down the line for Gherkin. Picks his head up, going to put a ball in. Hit low. Trainer will collect on the edge of the box. Cuts in. Around 1. Ball pops free. Ribeiro. And then just sent up. Nelson tried to flick it on. Giannis should get called for a foul there, and he will. And he's not happy about it.
Yeah, kind of kicking that one away. Coaching staff might want a yellow for that, but again, battling in the midfield. We've seen the Jumbos come out on top of those 50-50s. Giannis getting a bit too overzealous there. I think it's the right call, but Bridgewater now can move forward.
Swung wide here for Garcia. Stood up towards the back post. Nelson looked like he was going to go for some sort of
Side
scissors.
volley.
It's going to be impressive. Unfortunately, he never got to hit it.
Yeah, it was a nice idea inside ball from Garcia. Kind of first time popped across, but nothing in the end.
Perkins going to go chase. Couldn't get it cleanly. Put some pressure here. Steal there. And then Perkins trying to get around 1, but couldn't get around him.
Trainer would have been through a 2-on-1. could have been good, but good tracking back there by Bridgewater.
Ribeiro picks his head up, tries to swing it wide, giving away. Bargania, Feigen back to Bargania.
Feigen
Can look to send someone. Feigen wanted it, didn't get it. Penske opens up beautifully to Campbell.
Good cut inside there.
Giving away. Ribeiro lays it off. Campbell's caught out. And a good step there by Feinberg. Nelson now against Penske. Cuts inside. Has a hit. Easy catch by Ontic.
Ontic seeing that one all the way through, harmlessly enough by Nelson. Does have 11 on the season, but that was not going to be number 12.
Penske picks his head up between the lines to Perkins, who goes around Jang like he's not even there.
Well done there. It's the second time we've seen Bridgewater's defender fall down or get on one knee. I think Jumbo's doing a good job of just moving quickly, getting away from the defenders, making their lives difficult.
Giannis gets doubled. Nice switch of the field there by Penske. Campbell on it now. Beautiful footwork, cuts inside. Tried to play Giannis, overhit it. Penske comes back trying to win the 50-50. Instead it goes to Ribeiro. Has Nelson ahead of him. Loose touch. Trainer comes all the way back to collect.
Yeah, and I think if you're at Bridgewater and you see just a wall of white in front of you, it's tough to really navigate through them all. He just had Nelson with him. It was almost a 7-on-2, so always going to be a tough task for Ribeiro, but yet again, Jumbo's move forward with Giannis and Campbell.
The New Jersey boys connect. Campbell picks his head up, tries to play Gherkin, dumped off, looking for Trainer. Intercepted, going the other way. Here are the Bears. Great footwork there by Norton. And now a through ball over the top, looking for the run of Mucci. Feinberg deals with it, but it pops free here. Mucci has it wide, plays Garcia. Bargania out. Garcia megs him. Around, Penske gets taken down. That's going to be a free kick, probably a card too. It will be.
Yeah, late challenge there. Just unfortunate if you're Penske, just flat-footed yet again. We've seen that a bit too many times there. If you're Bridgewater, this is a great attacking opportunity. Ribeiro can show why he has 10 on the season.
Yeah, we'll see who takes it. Ribeiro standing over as well as Norton.
Yeah, we saw in the first half as well, Jumbo's kind of fell asleep. We're almost exposed there in the back, and Bridgewater kind of doing more of the same. This is where you want to be, but need to take advantage now.
Both look as if they're going to take it. Ribeiro plays it short, bouncing around, and cleared away there by Bargania. Loose touch, Trainer comes away with it, and they say he got the, ooh, that's an interesting call. It did look like he got the ball. The ref called a foul. But you got to feel like if they're going to call a foul there, they got to call a card.
Yeah, I know, because he did seem to be through, just maybe a bit too far from the goal. Would have gone back in time. But, yeah, interesting, kind of a waste of a free kick there from Ribeiro. Just a low cross, tried to take it quickly, but I think Jumbo's were expecting a bit more.
3 fouls in a game is not persistent. So why did one get a card and the other didn't?
Does once again in extended discussions with the fourth official.
Oh, it seemed to be a hand there on Penske, but play continues.
Oh, good ball over the top. Flag is up though on Sean Trainer, who boots it into the street, and he's going to get himself carded for that.
None of that.
Ooh, Sean is very, very lucky to just get away with a warning there.
Yeah, normally would be seen as a delay of game, but maybe he was giving one last effort, but nothing in the end. Just the yellow card for Penske so far.
Silva, nice ball to Garcia. Cuts inside between the lines. Mucci tries to switch the field, and does, finding Norton. Chang now, cut out by Campbell. And now the Jumbos can look to counter. Trainer tried to leave it for Cable, gave it away.
They have numbers.
Here come the Bears. And a dangerous slide tackle. Giannis probably going to get carded when this play's done.
Advantage.
Cutting in, shot, save by Ontic.
We'll see if the referee decides to call that yellow card in the end. That slide just a bit too late. But harmless shot in the end, I'd say,
Loose touch by Feigen, but it goes out of play. There will not be a card. But the Jumbos need to collect themselves here. They're getting outplayed right now.
Yeah, definitely need to be a bit more composed in the midfield. Getting a bit too out-hustled, I'd say.
Bargania, beautiful ball down the line to Feigen, who gets around Ramos. That'll go out for a Jumbo's throw.
And I'd say a bit more communication as well. I saw a little lapse between Campbell and Gherkin, maybe on the far side.
I think it was Campbell and Trainer.
Campbell and Trainer, yes, exactly. So I think that's definitely utmost important. Just keep your focus.
Here they are connecting on that far side. Trainer cuts towards the byline. Whips that ball across. Feigen just can't get to it. It'll roll through. Gherkin on it now. Gherkin to the top of the box. Laid off for Yanez. Has a hit blocked. Second hit from Gherkin just over the top.
Side volley there. That could have been beautiful. Did set himself up well, but that ball always sailing just a bit too high over the crossbar. Again, could have been highlight reel stuff, but I think this is definitely what you want more. We saw a good burst of pace there from Trainer. I think we've seen so much of that, and almost had the cross inside for Feigen. Couldn't get a touch, but I think that's encouraging, the Jumbos. But Bridgewater continues to move.
The true freshman Ribeiro, who's been very good today, comes away with that one. Norton has him in front of him, instead he'll play it back. It's Buccio. Now Silva gonna look to switch the field wide towards us. Just missed.
Good
hitting
touch
our
there.
table. Great touch by Desitel.
Set themselves up well.
Gherkin between the lines to Yanez. Draws in two, and he'll dump it back off to Bargania. Has Feigen inside. Instead, he's going to look to switch the field.
Loses his shin guard in the process.
Yeah, a little too casual to go pick that up. He's lucky that Feinberg came away with that ball. And here he is, holding his shin guard.
Don't hit that ball again.
Desitel telling him not to hit that ball again.
We continue. Play continues. Campbell on the right side.
Mateo, get inside.
Campbell around one. High press here from Trainer. That one fought for in the midfield. Penske not getting called for a foul there.
Yeah, I think he was expecting a foul, kind of backed away from the ball, but
Great turn there by Nelson. Has two ahead of him. Gets around Penske, but Penske just forced him back, and Yanez comes to take the ball. Can Perkins get to it? Yes, he can. Now we're playing pinball.
a lot of
Eventually,
battling.
Ribeiro comes away with it.
Lots of 50-50s now.
Jumbos have it
Poked
now.
away.
Feigen going to collect. And Bargania will slow things down to Ben Penske.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth there, a lot of deflections, and a lot of hustle required from both sides. But Jumbos do come away with it in the end. I think Nelson did a good job of kind of navigating around Penske, but again, he's just too far back to really have any attacking threat. Because once you get past the midfield, there's still that back four.
Yanez, beautiful ball to Bargania. Flags. Ooh, that's a tough call.
Seem to be in loads of space there, but a bit too much in the eyes of the linesman. So he'll have to track back now.
It's a good run there by Bargania, because if he's half a step back and he's on, that's 3-0.
Yeah, and you have a lot of room to work with as well. I think going to continue to test Russell. I think that's the game plan moving forward.
Low switch. Jumbo's going to make a couple substitutions here. Den.
One back in the end.
Here's Nelson on it. Between the lines to Mucci. On the top of the box. Dropped off. Ribeiro tried to have a shot, but Yanez popped it off him. Swung wide now. Ball whipped in. Headed away. Not out of the box. Chested down by Chang. Shot is a roller. That'll be crap.
As well, but was a bit too off balance to get one cleanly, and ultimately just a slow dribbler into the hands of Antic. Hasn't had to make any big saves that we know.
Jumbo's just attacking relentlessly down that right sideline.
Seemed to be a trip there, but
On Mucci.
which he a bit upset with to do a lot of why. Continues to show why.
And substitution is going to come in. Campbell and Penske out. Ashkartani Das and Denby in.
Denby's first minutes of the match. So finally seeing a change in that back four. Started for a little bit mid-season, but Cam preferred in the end for this one and for the entirety of the postseason. But then be very experienced as well.
Yanez standing over this corner. Has Viking short as usual. Over the wall. Did not get over the second defender. Denby gets his first touch. Yanez here on the right wing. Has an overlapping run and finds him in Feigen. Feigen now. Head up. Ball towards the back post. Just deflected. Great deflection there by Russell. Otherwise, it would have been a tap-in header for Feinberg.
That's a
Now
one-on-one.
Nelson's one-on-one against Denby. Has the runner of Chang. Gherkin tracking back on Chang. Nelson against Denby. Gets around him. Shot is saved by Ontic.
That's that counter-attacking football. We were
Ribeiro picks his head up. Has a hit. Way too high.
way too much. Wow, I mean, I'm surprised the Jumbos didn't have more back. I think they weren't expecting Nelson to be able to take that into stride so easily. And you saw the hustle of Chang as well. Could have had one, but I think that was the right decision for Nelson to test Ontic, and he stood tall.
And an unheralded hero on that play, Liam Gherkin.
Yeah.
He gets back, denies the clear pass to Chang. If it's a 2-on-1, it's a much tougher situation.
Yeah, good job just cutting off those options, and it's not over for the Bridgewater or the Bears. They're still fighting. And good intervention there from Russell as well. He was all MASCAC first team keeper, so good, well done by him, but could have been 3-0, could have been 2-1, and it remains 2-0.
Yeah, the amount of times today we've seen one team have a chance and the other team have a chance within seconds is considerable.
Yeah, I mean, it's that counter-attacking football. It's the ability to just move quickly, transition
Trainer
defense to offense.
drops a defender. Back to Denby. He can look to put a ball in here. And does. Whipped in. Touchdown by Perkins. Shot is deflected. I couldn't see if it was a head or a fist.
I think that was a head off one of the Bridgewater defenders.
It was the head of Jacob Ramos who got to it.
That looked to be sailing into the top left corner if Ramos was not there. Perkins doing a good job. Had his back to go, but quickly turned and fired one. Ultimately ending in a corner, but well done by Perkins there. Preferred over Brady for this second half.
Giannis and Feigen setting up on the corner. Whipped in, flicked on, and in the back of the net. I believe that was put in by Bijan Ashkartanidas.
Yeah, he runs away with it. Perkins, what a great flick on into the box. Another tap in, but another excellently worked goal to make it 3-0. The Jumbos.
And that one is in all likelihood the one that sends the Jumbos on to the second.
Perkins, I mean, that was a great flick on. Had lots of space to work with. All it needed was a little touch. And Arkansas.
Well, you gotta wonder for the Bears. Perkins was at the near post for a good 5 seconds. No one was on him.
No one tracking. And as I was saying, Perkins preferred to Brady and showing to Desatel why that decision was merited. 3-0 now.
Henry Perkins having himself a postseason.
Yeah, goal and assist. Great work there by the sophomore.
2
sophomore
goals and
attacker.
an assist. He had the goal in the Bowdoin game.
Yeah, this match in particular, but maybe could see him start tomorrow. Who knows? I think this is where you want to show to your coach that you can perform at the highest level.
Feigen nearly picked the pocket of Silva there.
Could have been another easy giveaway.
Werner set to check in at the next whistle.
That's Arkazani's second goal of the season. So good for him to get on the board, even though he's playing as that 6, playing in that 6 role. So great attacking output all over the pitch.
Jumbo is going to make a substitution. Sean Trainer will be done. Likely for the day, I'm guessing. They'll probably want to save his legs for tomorrow.
Yeah, he's had to do a lot of running. I think it will probably be a bigger test, either winner of Johnson and Wales and Rochester, which will be coming up very shortly after this match has concluded. So stick around for more NCAA action.
Given away there by Yanez. Very uncharacteristic. Mallet tried to get it wide. Shot from distance. Did that hit a hand? No. They're bringing it back for the first foul. And Clivio just giving a message to his teammates just to chill with the fancy footwork. Get back to playing their simple soccer. Norton going to take, it looks like. Now Mucci also standing over it.
Yeah, and Bridgewater setting everyone up.
I mean, they kind of need to score here. Mucci stands that one up towards the back post. Found a head, flicked on, corner kick.
Yeah, I think that's what you want if you're Bridgewater, just trying to get more involved in the final third. But again, for Bridgewater, only Norton staying back, so if the Jumbos can get out with it quickly, move their lines up, could have an easy counter.
Ribeiro towards the back post, over everyone, and that's going to be a throw for the Jumbos.
Yeah, there's a good curl on that ball, but a bit too much power on it. So you have two subs now for the Jumbos, Luke Randolph and Mason Schultz. Two sophomores checking in for Ethan Feigen and Henry Perkins. He's had quite the day. He'll get some rest.
He has had quite a day. Randolph to Shin. Bargania. Ooh, that's cheeky.
Little chip ball.
Ooh, and a late challenge there by Ramos. He did get the ball, so it was clean, but
Late challenge. I think referee in his eyes was all ball, but definitely a tough one to take if you're Luke Randolph.
that's what you like to define as a frustration challenge.
Yeah, definitely frustrated. They've conceded another one in the second half, but for Randolph playing again on that left wing now, I think has definitely opportunities to work with 25 to go.
Clivio gets it right back. Double comes, given away. Bargania, oh, that's cheeky. Randolph back to Bargania, cuts in, gets tripped up. That one's going to be a card.
Yeah, second foul there in just a minute for Jacob Ramos. Deserved the yellow card. Thumbs up to the ref. He seems to understand.
Yeah, there was really no debate there.
Yeah, Bargania doing a really well job just skipping away, connecting with Randolph there. And Ramos just needed to get something. Another frustration foul this time. Earns himself a yellow. And Clivio moving up now. Randolph, Bargania, and Denby.
Watch the short here.
Holding back.
Shin stands that one up. Runners in. Headed away. That is going to drift out for a throw for the Jumbos.
Yeah, really good loft on that ball. Seemed to be sailing. Wind carrying it as well, I'm sure, a little bit, but could have been really good opportunity.
Bargania will come out having had a phenomenal day.
Yeah, he's worked well.
Great assist on that second goal. And just a great performance from Bargania.
And Huynh now getting his first minutes of the game. So
That one whipped in.
changing fullbacks.
Bouncing around. Shot just over the bar.
Poked over. Could have been 4, but Jumbos continuing to keep the pressure on. As, yeah, we said Denby and Huynh now. Fullbacks getting a switch, but Clivio and Feinberg, as always, going to hold for the rest of the game, you'd assume. Close out this one. Don't want to be giving away any easy goals.
I mean, Max Clivio has started every game of his career, which is just a remarkable stat. Like, they don't have it on the Tufts website, which is annoying, because I would love to know if he has broken the program record for minutes played by a field player.
I'm sure.
Good ball down the line.
Schultz.
Schultz is in. Mason Schultz gets taken down. Ref says card coming out, it looks like.
Oh.
I think it's a penalty, right?
I don't know. Nothing's been called. Nothing. He, did
He
not
pointed to his watch, so the clock is stopped.
Seems to be.
Shake hands, so no hard feelings there. Ben Brown going to check in.
That's Alex Wall.
Oh, you're right. It is Alex Wall.
Yeah, no, we haven't seen much of Alex Wall so far this season. I think possibly due to injury, but as we were mentioning the center backs, I thought they would play it out.
Flicked on towards the back post, and we'll do it again from the right side, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, and going back to that chance from Schultz, they took that really well into stride and definitely felt the pressure of Bridgewater, but yeah, it was a bit of confusion. Seemed to be tripped up,
Ooh.
but worked in the end.
Jumbos have short if they want. I mean, why would you when the last time you took a corner from this spot, it made it 3-0. Whipped in, flicked on again, and just nearly was 4 on the exact same setup.
I mean, if it worked in the past, why not go for it?
And that one will finally be collected by Russell as the Bears finally will get some relief, and they look to counter right away. Norton picks his head up. Jumbo's do a really good job. Comes in hard, gets the ball.
Clean as you like. Giannis doing just.
And Giannis just running around with a smile on his face.
He's battling for it. He wants it. I think these are the matches you play for if you're the Jumbos.
Our player just ran by 3. He just went right there. As he ran by, he just stuck his foot out and tried to trip him. It's not okay. They're doing that.
Matthew Garcia seems to be receiving the displeasure of Coach Desatel.
Yeah, you know what? You can say a lot of things about Kyle Desatel, but he will always stand up for his players.
Yeah, that's what you want. I think if you're the Jumbos, having the backing of your coach, looking to defend, no matter what, I think is of utmost importance.
And Desatel has more respect than I think a lot of coaches do, just because they respected him when he was a player, as when he left, he was the NESCAC's leading goal scorer.
Yeah, all-time Middlebury scorer for the Panthers as well.
That's a foul, and then a shove after the fact, as frustration is becoming the name of the game here for the Bears real fast.
Yeah, definitely want to make sure if you're the ref doesn't boil over into anything unnecessary.
Schultz, back to Werner. Gonna whip a ball in towards the back post. No one there. Headed away. Randolph will collect. He'll run to the left corner. 2 out on him. Switches it nicely to Ashkar Tanidas. Thought about a shot and said Giannis on it. Opens up beautifully here to Owen Denby. And the Jumbos now just playing a little bit of possession. Kind of looks like monkey in the middle.
Yeah, I think they're just working around Bridgewater, making them run even more.
That one whipped in. Bounces away. Ribeiro tries to get to the 50-50 ball and does. Ahead to Nelson. Giannis forced him to turn back. He'll lay it off. Chang now. But once again, they try the counter. Giannis forces him to back, and the Jumbos get 10 behind the ball. Miscommunication there, but Clivio able to deal with it.
Yeah, I was looking. This is Alex Wall's first appearance since October 7th against Emerson on Senior Day. So that's why I was kind of surprised. This is the first time we've seen him in a while, possibly due to injury. Well, good to see him back into the Jumbos 11.
Chang gonna have a hit, but caught comfortably by Antic.
Antic as well has had to make a few saves now, but all fairly comfortable, I'd say. So pretty well done. We saw the Jumbos against Salem State putting up 37 shots in that match with 26 on target. So they definitely lived up to that expectation of just pinging shots away against MASCAC opponents. With 16 in this match so far for the Jumbos. So not quite that same mark, but making it tough for Russell in the net for sure.
Yeah, you want to hear something crazy?
Go for it.
Jumbos have 16 shots. They have 3 goals. Bridgewater State has more shots on goal.
That is true. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So Antic has had work to do, has had to make saves, but none of them have really been spectacular. So Bridgewater, maybe on the score sheet, will be with the shots on goal advantage, but ultimately, as we all know, the only one that matters is the final goal mark up on the scoreboard.
Change made in the back here for Bridgewater State. Jack O'Toole checking in. Set to check in this time. Checking in for Max Clivio, so the Iron Man will get some rest.
Yeah, I think, as we said, now's the time to start thinking about resting players, resting legs for the second round matchup.
Mark Wynn made a good run, and then great hustle to come back after the run wasn't on to keep that ball in play.
Yeah, I think Shin assumed he was there. He's going to be there on the left side. But yeah, as you said, good hustle there.
Member of the starting 11 besides Antic still going to be on the field after Ben Brown comes in.
Right, I think Giannis seems to be in great shape, so as long as he's willing.
That one whipped across and cleared out of play.
Yeah, as long as he's able, we know he's definitely willing, so Giannis might be out soon, but just still in as of now. It's now filling in that center back, so Arkansas Das and Wall, new center back pairing. As we have Ethan Jett also ready to come in. Oh, I guess it's maybe not a good time to experiment, but definitely a good time to work.
Well, he has played some in the midfield towards the end of the season, played in the midfield in that Middlebury game.
Yeah, so I think if your coach doesn't tell them, make your players.
And then a trip from behind, and that's going to be a card.
Yeah, absolutely. I think another thumbs up to the ref acknowledging, well, yeah, I think that might have been too much. But
And this is why I think you got to get Giannis out, because these frustration fouls are starting to rack up, and you don't want anyone getting hurt.
yeah, I don't want anyone getting hurt. You don't want your player to respond to any of those frustration fouls as well. So good turn there from Giannis. But, yeah, I think if you're Bridgewater, just keep your head cool.
Cuts in, plays the ball down the line. Schultz couldn't get to it, but a nice slide there. It'll go out for a corner. Jumbo's going to sub in. Giannis is going to come out for Ethan Jett, so
That is,
what a performance from Giannis.
yeah, Giannis, as always, working hard till the very last moment he's on the pitch, as he's running off, even when he doesn't have to. So yeah, as you're saying, Ethan Jett now playing in the midfield, seems to be a like-for-like swap. As Mucci also came off for Will Halbin.
Shin to take the corner. Short. That one whipped in on net. And we'll do it all over again.
Yeah, Russell seemed to be out for that, trying to get a touch on it, but Jumbos were alert to it. I think Russell needs to command his defenders a bit more. We saw a miscommunication on at least 2 of their goals. So
Another short one, and then switched, and it wouldn't have counted anyways. There's a foul in the box.
foul in the box. Under 15 now to go, and under 15 now for the Bridgewater season. If they can't come up with some miracle comeback, but for the Jumbos, this is exactly where you want to be now. Full change in outfield players. So I think good minutes all around, but maybe one more in the cards for the Jumbos.
One more in terms of wins or substitutions?
Maybe substitution. I won't rule that one out, but definitely in the wins column.
Interesting. I don't know. I think they give Ontich the full 90.
No, I think he definitely deserves it, but if there was to be a time for a goalkeeper change, it would be now. But yeah, Ontich playing a full 90 would make most sense as well.
This new forward line putting in some good pressing here.
As they continue to do, learning from example, I'd say Randolph, Schultz, and Werner.
That one stood up. Alex Wall just wins the headed ball super easily. And then now they call the push?
Yeah, ref seems to be checking in with this 4th official, maybe on communication.
I couldn't tell if he was talking to the 4th official or the Bridgewater State bench.
Yeah, bit strange, but free kick now. Yeah, I think 4th official had to have had some input on that.
That one whipped in. Headed out. Looked like it might have hit off a hand. Instead, it's going to go. Good play by Werner to just get it further down the sideline. And Garcia's going to come out as well. O'Toole will come in for him. So Bridgewater State looks like they've pulled now the 2 that have gotten cards. So it looks like they're trying to calm down their squad a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Definitely don't want to be going down to 10. If you're Bridgewater, just see this one out with your full side. End on a high. As much of a high as it can be.
I mean, it's a young squad. They've improved in performance every year since 2019.
Yeah, they're coming off 3 successive losing seasons. So definitely good overall if you're the Bears. Obviously you want to have some run in the NCAA tournament, but when you come up against the likes of Tufts, who are far and away more experienced, more seasoned of a side.
That one hangs up and caught out nicely there by Chang. See if the Bears can get maybe a consolation goal. Cuts it.
Sanitas maybe got lost in whatever sun there is, but yeah, it seemed to be a bit.
Takes the space. Flee. And then a little bit of a mistouch by Denby, who can't keep it in.
More of Nelson pushing up farther in this match. You wonder why that one.
Brown with a great step, and then that one just no control on it, just pure power from Owen.
I mean, that one like careened off the post and was definitely, it was early doors as well. Could have, yeah, but just over 10 minutes now.
Great run there being made.
Slide from Arkansas.
Norton. Oscar Tanidas with a slide, gets it back. Jet will give it back to Ontic. And the Jumbos look to go again. Win. Little dummy there by Schultz. Randolph's going to run onto it. Silva comes over the great slide tackle. That'll go out for a Tufts throw.
Yeah, I was claiming it was his, but will be the Jumbos in the end. Xavier Canfin now checking in for the Jumbos.
And that's a really nice play there by Mason Schultz with that dummy.
Yeah, Randolph hustling as well to get to that. Schultz is off now in place of Canfin.
Win. Try to play that through. Cut out instead. Give him back, though. And the Jumbos will possess with Owen Denby.
Stop giving it away. Touched it 4 times, giving it away twice.
That's not making clear. Just keep your composure. Don't give anything away easily. Make the Bears work for it.
Do it in 2 touches, Ben Brown.
Jumbos just really possessing here. No real necessity or even willingness to look towards the goal.
And if you're the Jumbos, yeah, just see this
As
one
I
out.
eat my words on that through ball, Werner whips that across. Canfin just couldn't redirect it goalward. It'll be a throw for the Jumbos.
Yeah, maybe they want to match the feat of the women's team to make it 4-0, as that was the scoreline in the women's team regular season matchup. As Jet Engine looking for a cross.
It's been a while since we've gotten to use that nickname,
I
Max.
know.
Oh, Wall lost an edge, and here come the Bears. Coming quickly here is Borden. Whipped across. Shot is just wide by Nelson. That's probably the best chance they've had all half.
Yeah, it could have been bad. I mean, Borden doing a good job just carrying. Nelson just needed a touch, and that could have been 3-1. I was going to bring up that in the matchup against Bates, also another red shirt wearing team, Jumbos were up 3-0 heading into the last 10 and did concede a consolation goal. So it could have been the same story there to make it 3-1, but not this time around.
Coming off will be Chang, Mallet, and Norton.
For the Bears, number 12, Carson Belows. Also in number 17, Ethan DeMello. And 19, Dan Santos.
Jet opens up nicely here for Denby. Gets it right back. Oscar Tanias plays it wide, chested beautifully down by Werner, plays it through the channel to Canfin. Canfin's in, shot is deflected away by Russell.
Yeah, good cover there by Russell. Canvin doing well. Just we've seen that so many times on the right side, just moving with it, taking quickly. We've seen that from Schultz, from Trainer, now from Canfin. Good shot as well.
All right, Max.
Testing the keeper.
Call me crazy, but I'm right defense because it's been there all day.
Yeah, I think they definitely had a game plan and took advantage to full extent. It's corner taken now.
Great ball. Wall heads it back on net, but a little too soft, and Russell able to collect.
A good ball there by Huynh on the right side.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Wynn's very good at hitting corners. If you remember last year against MIT, from that right side, scored an Olympico.
Yeah, that was the season opener and ended up in a absolute run again, winning it.
Good job, Ben. Way to play it, too. Great stuff, Mark Wynn. Big time.
Doesn't still just very vocal, cheering on his team.
Yeah, I think that's what you want. They've definitely had more of the ball now in the closing stages of this one. Nelson kind of giving up on all sorts of pressing. I think they're content with just letting this one run out, but the Jumbos definitely aren't.
Jet to Shin. He'll open up wide to Denby, and they can look to attack down that right side again. Jet. Through ball for Denby. Beautiful. Whipped across and cleared away there. Behind Oscar Tanidas. Yes. And a save by Ontic.
Lovely ball there from Nelson onto the feet of Borden, who carried that exceptionally well. Arkansas does really had to hustle back, but Ontic standing tall. That's why he's in, and in to see this one out. So another test of Ontic. He's his 8th save now. So
Yeah, he's been very good today. I
Yeah.
mean, nicely there by Oscar Tanidas. And now that's, going to be a drop ball because Nelson's attempted switch wide hit the referee.
yeah, second time we've seen it go off the referee. This time it's whistled. And interesting to see how this one will play out as we are close to the 18. Clock not stopped, surprisingly.
I don't think the clock stops on a drop ball.
Yeah, I guess we don't see that too often. Oh, it's a
Well, they're going to give him a free kick. Now the Jumbo's bench asking for a drop ball. They're screaming for a drop ball. The ref says that because it was Bridgewater State's possession, it is a free kick. And now it looks like they're going to drop the ball.
So, just a very strange decision there. A bit of confusion, but play moving on now.
And they got it right in the end. Giving away. Wu Shin sends that straight towards us.
Another
Nearly killed me.
the third time now that ball has come for our desk, but come away with it safe and sound.
Does it tell? Still having conversations with the fourth official.
I think, yeah, I think we would be a bit upset as well, as that is the rules of the game. If it comes off an official, it is a drop ball.
What are the odds you see 2 times where the official impedes a pass in the same game?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't happen very often. Maybe that's why he was confused as to what to do. But no harm, no foul. It's just over 3 minutes now.
Matt McMasters, are these our headsets that don't work? Or are these yours? Can we get our headsets out for the next games? If these guys theirs don't work, obviously.
Possessed here by Bridgewater State 3 minutes ago. Comes back to Corral. Wall trying to do a little too much, but he gets it back to Ontich.
Yeah, as we see more of him in the future, I think it's good to see, as he did feature quite a fair amount last season. But this new starting outfield 11 or outfield 10, I should say, I've done a good job of just holding.
Possessed it well. Created a couple chances.
Yeah, could have been 4, could have been more, but a little rhyme there.
Nelson gets it back. And a good defensive play there by the Jumbos to collect. Werner going to try and switch the play and send Randolph. He will turn and run. Headed back, corralled there by Russell, as alert to that one was Boucher. Here to Ethan Jett. Tries to dribble through 2, and that is a generous call for the Jumbos. That was all ball.
Yeah, that seemed to be late.
And then a card coming out for dissent to David Nelson.
Yeah, frustration. I think all their fouls have been disciplined. They're known to rack up these yellows, and that's a 7th for Nelson on the season. Maybe showing why. Not a stranger to dissent.
Yeah, 7th for Nelson on the season. Probably the final of his career as he is a senior.
MASCAC championship as well. I think that's as much as you could hope for, I'd say.
Shin controls. And
Another foul.
a foul behind the play. Fourth official telling the Bridgewater State bench to be smart.
Content with their final result. Obviously, Bridgewater not, but...
Ooh, that is a dangerous tackle. That's going to be a card, and I don't know if it's yellow or not.
Yeah,
Another yellow, and honestly, Ryan Healy is lucky to still be on the pitch.
A very late challenge. Completely unnecessary. I mean, the game is almost done.
That's poor sportsmanship. Like, you really don't want to see that in an NCAA tournament game.
Need to see this one out. So I was saying, I think you have to be content with what it is. Jumbos have outplayed Bridgewater entirely.
You say that, but they're still pressing. Jett gonna press a little bit. 25 to go. Nice touch by O'Toole. Win. The fourth official is active.
But that just about does it.
Blocked by Ben Werner. That will do it for the Jumbos. On to the round of 32. They go. Final score here from Bello. 3-0. Max, your thoughts?
I mean, great result there. I don't know if Jake Flossie told you, but that was my pregame prediction of 3-0. And I'm glad it turned out that way. The Jumbos are glad it turned out that way. And obviously, and they will be playing here tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I'd like to take this time to thank the other members of our crew, Justin Loker directing, Max Druckman, and Carson Lyle on the camera. Alongside me has been Max Hansbaum, and Jake Flossie have the Rochester and Johnson & Wales game live on JumboCast.
Stick with us.